How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to the sunny beaches of California. Yeah, now today I'm gonna be doing the oil change on my 2006 M5. All right, first thing I do is jack it up. I jack it up on both sides of these little tabs. They're plastic squares. I don't know if you can see them. They're right here. See how the rest is all flat? Same thing like any 5 Series e60. I know you're not supposed to use jacks, but today I'm trying to do a little quicker. I'd rather do from the sides than the middle. That way I don't get something in between where it's going to be in the way. Plus my car is lowered, so can't really get a jack in there anyway. All right, after you pop the hood, V10 engine, you're going to go right here. Here's the oil cap. I'm just loosen it up. Place it somewhere safe. All right, here's what I have for the oil in the new filter. It's pretty much what it looks like. Comes with rubber gaskets and copper, the big gasket, and I'll show you where that goes. Here's the oil I have. It's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 liters. I believe it was 136. 10 liters in the filter. So this is what I use. 1060 Supercar Castrol Edge. All right, so what you're gonna need, make sure you got a pan or something to contain the oil with. First we're gonna take off the oil drain plug. You're gonna need one of these sets. It's like a Allen socket set. Okay, I believe I got this one at AutoZone or Riley's. The size for the drain plug is a 6 millimeter. See if I can focus in. It's a 6 millimeter. Use a regular wrench. You don't want to over tighten anything. Set this. Break it loose. Once you got it loose, it's going to be easy. Also, make sure that your engine is cooled down. You know, if you need to drive it all day, then that's perfect. If you have, wait for it to cool down. Mine, I actually drove earlier, so it's a little warm. I waited a little bit for it to cool down, but it's not gonna be too bad. Just gonna let it drop. Make sure you recover the drain bolt. Let it drain. All right, it looks like it's already finished draining. Once it gets pretty low, where it's not draining too much anymore, I'll start taking off the oil filter, and that's right over here, right in this little area. This little triangle plastic cover comes off. and mine has a different screw on there, not stock. I believe this one's stock, which is probably 10 millimeter. Alright guys, my mistake, it's a 5/16. So let's loosen this one up. Already did the other one with the Phillips. This, oh, there's one more right here. So there's 3 screws. They should be 5/16, unless yours are changed out to something different, like one of mine was. All right, so the oil filter's right up in here. What you're gonna do for this one is you are going to loosen that drain bolt in the center. Once you drain all the oil inside this oil filter container, you're gonna grab your, I believe it's a 13. I'll go ahead and check, see what the fitment is, and then you'll loosen this whole housing cover, and then that's where the filter's going to go in. All right, it's going to be the same 6 millimeter Allen socket. I got a smaller pan for this side. I know it's kind of hard to see, you know, there's not too much lighting up in here. I'll go ahead and show you guys after what everything looks like, all the parts separately. Yeah, not too much oil coming out of here. All right, while that's draining, take a look at the drain bolt for the filter, oil filter. Has a rubber gasket in the center, smaller bolt, same size. This one is the for the oil pan, same size Allen socket. The bolt is a little bit bigger, slightly. 2 separate different ones. All right, so now we can take off the housing to the oil filter. All right, so for the oil filter housing, I'm using a 15/16. Can use metric also, but this is all I have for right now. Just throw it on there. Start cranking on it. Not too hard because a lot of it's plastic. There it is, broke loose. Alright, I pretty much grab a rag and I go up in here and wipe whatever dirty oils still might be up in there. Clean it out. Alright, here's the old filter. Yeah, I was really due for an oil change. My light's been on for 3 weeks now. My service light for the oil. So I'll go ahead and clean this out. That's where the drain bolt went. Go ahead and clean the housing out, clean everything as far as the bolts, and get it back in there with the new filter and put some oil in here. Alright, so we're gonna take this gasket off right here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little notch somewhere here where you can stick a screwdriver. Just pull it up, get it off, get the new one on. Get a little bit of oil on it. So you got it oiled up. Pop it back on. Should look like that. There you go. All right, next is the oil filter drain plug. Same thing, find a screwdriver, something to pick it out of the once you got it off, get the new one, put some oil around it, put it over. Just like that. Next we got the next drain bolt for the oil pan. Take off the old copper ring, put on a new one. Just like that, and we're good to go. All right, so I went ahead and put on the oil filter, and I put the drain bolts back in place for the sake of the length of this video and my memory card being low also. So everything's all buttoned up down there. Let's drop the card. All right, now we can put some oil in. All right, now we can put some oil in. I usually put about 8 quarts, maybe 8.5, and then start running the engine and checking for the level of oil, just because this doesn't have a dipstick in it, so I have to do that, make sure I don't overfill it. All right, so we got all the oil up in there that I want for the start. I put in about 8. Go ahead and put your cap back on. Don't do that. All right, so we got 8 liters of oil in there. I'm gonna go ahead and idle it and run it. Go ahead and throw your cap back on, start the car. All right, I'm letting it idle. I reset it, and what you do is you go ahead and you press the, let me get this out the way. You press the BC, hold it, wait till you get to the oil display, hold it right there for a couple seconds, and I'll actually reset. That's what I did to get another reading. That's what I do to keep checking it. Say after I let it idle for a little bit. Sometimes you have to drive it also. You have to let it run for a little bit, get it moving. You don't have to drive it far, just maybe around the corner, or maybe just up and down the parking lot or whatever you have, and it'll start to show a reading. Sometimes it won't show when you're just sitting idling after you reset it. So since I seen the add 1 liter, I'm gonna add about half and do another reading just to make sure after it's cycled and flow through the engine, to make sure that, you know, that is the correct level.